And now, put your hands together for his opponents. Please welcome to the cage, Sawyer Thompson.
The crowd here at the Paragon showing their love for Sawyer Thompson, Global Fitness Center, Alexandria, Louisiana. He'll have Alan Gray and Jesse Roberts in his corner. Comes in with a 70-inch reach. He's got a 2-2 record, but this is a young man who is absolutely game, Matt. And we saw him back at AKA 15, and he really showed out that time.
Yeah, this kid's game, moves forward. He's tough. Last time I saw him, he was tougher than he was good. So I'm hoping to see some progression in his skills. I'm hoping to see that he's cultivated some things. You guys were saying earlier that Jose Duran has some nice kicks. If he's able to employ those things against the last Sawyer I saw, Sawyer's going to be Sawyer I saw. Sawyer's going to be there to be kicked. So I would like to see some progression in skills, maybe eyes open a little bit, check a kick, put together combinations, things like that.
Yeah, and taking a look at Sawyer's record, where he's struggled has been in the submission department. He's had some trouble on the ground against opponents, and Duran coming off of a submission victory in his last MMA fight. I'm curious to see if Sawyer's plugged some of those holes that have caused him to, succumb to those submissions. Because I know that Duran, even though we think of him as a striker, he does have that capability to come in there and submit somebody.
Absolutely.
Sawyer, love the hair as well. He looks like Tom Sawyer, Huckleberry Finn a little bit or something, Looking ready to go here. And what should be a very exciting fight in this featherweight matchup. He has cleared the commission check down spot as Bobby Wambacher looks him over. And into the cage is Sawyer Thompson. Get your popcorn ready. This should be a banger.
Here we go, fight fans. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action inside the AKA featherweight division. This fight is being brought to you by the Marines. At this time, let's introduce our first fighter. Fighting out of the United States Marine Corps blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist representing Gracie United of Alexandria and Genesis Martial Arts. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Alexandria, Louisiana, here is Jose Phoenix Castro Duran. And now, introducing his opponent. Fighting out of the Vital Brew Coffee Company, red corner. This man is a position-style fighter representing the Global Fitness Center. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Alexandria, Louisiana, here is Sawyer Pressure Youngin Thompson.
Bam Bam back as our referee here is Jose Duran and Sawyer Thompson. We're ready to get into the action.
Let's find out if Jose Duran is Sawyer Thompson's Huckleberry.
There you go.
And if you're Thompson, you've got to feel pretty good right now watching two of your teammates come in here and get some victories. You're definitely riding on that momentum of your gym.
Sawyer Thompson with a strange set, just herky-jerky with his timing, but like I was asking for early as the fight started, I have seen that he looks better. He looks better. I mean, it's not exactly fundamentally correct, but he's still whipping things out with moxie and poise, and I've got to say, thus far, an improved Sawyer Thompson.
I like what we saw there early. He kind of faked the level change and then threw a right hand over the top.
He's got strange timing to him, but he's got a presence about him that's probably intimidating. When somebody just stands there tall, looks you straight in the eyes like, what? What's popping? Yeah. Sawyer looks pretty strong too here, employing that that strong underhook. Let's see if he reaches down and plucks this ankle.
That's what I was just thinking. We've seen that from his teammates tonight.
He's doing a good job of not only using the underhook, but he's also winning the head position. Now he's kind of, he's kind of halfway, keeping his underhook halfway going for the ankle pick, and it kind of didn't work out there for him.
And if Matt Schnell has taught me anything in these positions, head positioning is absolutely critical.
It's so important. Just the posture. When my head is driving into your chin, I'm affecting your posture.
Oh, that one, a low blow?
Yeah, I believe it did catch Castro, and obviously in that spot, yeah, oh, he got me for sure. But I think it did, unfortunately, make its way.
It was a fortunate low blow because he was about to get took down. So.
Yeah, it looked like Sawyer was about to secure a takedown there, but Jose Castro paying the price. That's something you just never want to see for anyone. So we're stopped at a minute 15. And that's tough if you're Sawyer. You're in a dominant position. You're not trying to have that happen.
Well, you lose the spot though, as you should. If one sneaks south, you got to lose the spot.
There's some of those kicks from Duran.
Yeah, definitely kind of turned Sawyer a little bit.
Sawyer attempted the check. He lifted the leg, but he was still able to turn him. The momentum of the kick still carried through. That tells me that Sawyer was just a little behind positionally with his check. He got the leg up, but it still turned him.
He's definitely got some good pressure here against the cage, and saw him implement a little shoulder bump a second ago. Seeing a lot of those lately.
Though Sawyer has had trouble with the grappling in the past, it looks like he's here to grapple tonight. Sawyer trying to work his hands together.
He's got to be careful with this head position here. If he could just, he has, yeah, it looks like he's trying to protect his neck at this point.
Yeah, he needs to fight the hands. Jose Duran wants to get his hands together and turn the guillotine, but as long as Sawyer keeps his
to get past the legs so he can clear the choke.
Just needs to keep himself from breaking at the hips and letting this guillotine, but this is getting closer here.
Oh, his head is out.
Lets it go.
The constant pressure from Sawyer Thompson gets him a takedown at the end of round number one.
Good pressure here, able to land some big shots.
Yeah, and a good final 15 seconds right there for Sawyer Thompson. You get the takedown, land a little bit of ground and pound, and that is a great thing for the judges to remember at the end of round one.
Yeah, I think just how the fight went, you know, they both had some good exchanges, but it was Sawyer with his pressure up against the cage, securing the takedowns, getting that final bit of damage there at the end. Is probably going to win him this round in the judges'
Just an exclamation mark on the end of the round. I finish on top, get a little ground and pound. Even if it was close, the guy on top typically gets the round.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Duran. He did a good job for the majority of that round of fighting off the takedowns because he was in a bad position with Sawyer constantly looking for one, and he battled it all the way into the final 15 seconds.
He has to find his moments to be offensive, though, because thus far Sawyer's been leading the dance. So I don't mind being defensively responsible, but you have to find your moments. You have to remind the judges that you're in the fight. Win a couple moments there yourself.
And it's definitely a risk. He took a risk there going for that guillotine. You know, if you get it, it's great. But if you don't, now you're on your back. The guy's on top of you.
Let's focus on defending the takedown. We're one round down now.
Yeah.
Here we go, round number two coming your way. Jose Castro Duran, Sawyer Thompson.
I love Sawyer's set. I love his presence.
And sometimes it's really hard to fight someone with that weird style.
If I'm Castro, I'm not trying to get into these clinches and grapple at all. I want to break apart and let these hands fly.
Yeah, I agree. You see, he had some success there when he got busy and let his hands go a little bit. This is what Sawyer wants to do. He wants to slow it down, push him against the cage, and get his hands together, score the takedown.
And he's only helping him out by looping his arm around his Sawyer's head.
I agree. Yeah, if he would have been digging an underhook, hipping into him there, he might have been able to prevent the takedown. Now, this isn't a great spot for him, and he's not relinquishing that head control too, which we've seen tonight. A couple of guys go for the bomb flu. That is something that can be completed.
And this is something that you have to learn, and that's why they do these amateur fights. They have to learn when to let go of those submissions. You know, they feel like they've got it, and he might get it.
Sawyer was wanting to pass there, but the fence was in his way. He had a decent route, but just wasn't able to. wasn't able to get all the way past
But
him.
again, sometimes it feels like you're going to get that submission. You're just so close, but then you end up in these kind of positions where, you know, your opponent's on top of you, and it doesn't look good for you in the judge's eyes.
It was such good analysis right there, because I'm wondering why doesn't he go ahead and take side control in defense after they're not allowing him to go ahead and advance to that position.
Yeah, he had a route, but when he went to pass, he would have run right into the fence, and because of that, Jose Duran able to hip in and regain his guard slightly.
That's why these guys are in the UFC, and I do play-by-play, you know?
Right here, though, Duran, he's kind of employing like a half butterfly, and it's kind of half-hearted. I don't like it. Get your guard back or kick off his hips and build back to your feet.
Yeah, I'd like to see him, you know, I feel like once you have your legs free, you can always build back to your feet, and it's definitely the better option for him, because right now...
Well, you got to pick one or the other.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
are you using your butterfly hooks, or are you know, not? So even in this position, Sawyer's comfortable. You know, Sawyer's okay with kind of grinding the clock here, and he's winning. But I wouldn't mind seeing Sawyer posture up, drop something meaningful.
Left hand connects. 30 seconds to go in round number 2.
Digging a few shots to the body.
If I'm Sawyer's corner, I'm asking him to pass the guard. My man Jose Duran, his guard's wide open. If I just stand up like I'm standing up on a surfboard, I'm past his guard. All I have to do is pretty much step into side position.
We've got an interesting whistle here tonight, yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
Just
I'm not
realized,
used
I
to
don't know why I
that.
didn't notice it before.
And you could see it actually confused the fighters just a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah,
as
they're used
well.
to that clap, clap.
Yeah. That's the first time we've ever used that. It kind of confused both fighters, and that's not the first time they've been confused, but another great round here by Sawyer Thompson. The grappling, and we continue to see him really control the fight, Matt.
I think Sawyer's tired here. He's grappled a lot. You can see he's taking deep breaths, and there's a lot of blood in his muscles. Jose Duran, though he's lost every round here, he looks to be the fresher guy. If he can keep this on his feet and just pour on some volume, he might be able to get it done here, just based off of the stature of both of these guys.
And he's just got to keep his back off of that cage and look to cut angles and not, you know, give up that position for something like a guillotine or wrapping the head. He's got to frame himself out and look to.
And that's
keep this
kind
on
of
the feet.
where fight IQ comes into play. And these guys are young and 1 and 2 and 2 and 1 type of fighters. So
They're in here. That's what this is for, so they can look back hopefully on these fights and learn how to implement the right techniques.
Sawyer Thompson more than likely ahead 2-0 here. Jose Castro Duran absolutely has the power to finish this fight. He's got to keep the fight on its feet
got to
here.
keep the fight upright. Keep his range, circle, move your feet.
Here we go, 3 minutes left to determine a winner.
Sawyer chin up in the air.
And that's something that Castro, if he's able to get these hands going, could take advantage of.
I think if it starts with a feint, it would work for him. Feint that jab, get Sawyer's chin up in the air, and then follow up. I mean, it's easier said than done because Sawyer is flicking out strange stuff that's hard. Oh, big looping right hand finds the mark.
And immediately.
Sawyer immediately, went for that clinch, getting this back onto the cage where he's found lots of success, but
Good
Duran
defense.
Good.
Like I said, Duran's just got a little more pop right now. Though he's lost every round because of that, he hasn't expended as much energy, and it just looks to me that he needs to be more he's got to be assertive here. He's got to make it happen. He's got to be active with his defense.
Well, he was doing his best job to make it happen, but Sawyer Thompson with great fight IQ here once again has Castro Duran up against the cage.
If Sawyer's able to score here, you know he's just going to hunker down in the position and try to finish the round. Jose Duran, again, needs to be active with his defense. Get himself off this fence, get it back to the middle of the cage where he's had so much success.
Get his leg free and look to sink in his stance. It's never good to lean over like that when you're being taken down off the cage.
Sawyer's good with this, too. He's running clock. Ain't no problem to him.
Yeah, he definitely feels comfortable here. He's found success. I can't blame him for bringing the fight back here.
Jose Duran's got to get that foot to the ground. He can't let Sawyer just let this thing levitate in the air, because it just seems like eventually he's gonna lose his balance and fall to the ground. He needs to get that foot to the ground, get his feet underneath him, start digging for underhooks. He's got this like half-hearted whizzer. If he wants to go through for the whizzer kick there, then go for it. But he can't just sit here in limbo. He's not winning here. He's not losing necessarily, but he has lost the fight thus far.
Inside 60 seconds remaining in this third and final round. Sawyer now.
Sawyer looking hard for that takedown. He's staying on it.
And he's been relentless this entire time. It's just been the pressure up against the cage for basically the entire 9 minutes of this fight.
And as Sawyer was a little fresher, you saw he had the oomph to get his hands together and score that takedown. Now as the fights progress, he doesn't have as much gusto and can't just muscle it in. In this instance, that's when it's good to have multiple things to go to. Put pressure here, kind of you know, tug the single, peek your head out, give him different looks so that you can score with a progression.
Yeah. I was about to say, pulling him off of the cage is also an option. Sometimes when we're looking for that takedown up against the cage, got a lot of pressure, we don't think of pulling, you know, back towards us.
Sure.
Well, Jose Castro Duran ends the fight, landed some body shots there, but this was an impressive performance by Sawyer Thompson. I know you were excited to see him get back in the cage, and I would say he has certainly grown, Matt Schnell.
Absolutely, you can tell he's been in the gym, and that's all I ask of these young guys. You know, at this level, wins and losses, of course they matter to us, but we're really just trying to learn how to face adversity and get better and progress. And Sawyer, to me, I've seen improvement since the last time I saw him fight, and good job. Keep up the good work. Keep on training. Keep on grinding, because it's showing.
And for Jose Castro Duran, he showed good when they were able to, you know, stand and trade. He, without question, landed the better shots in this fight. But just the
it's just a positioning thing. It's a fight IQ thing, and hopefully Jose gets better from all this too. Overall, pretty solid scrap.
And Sawyer Thompson, a position-style fighter, he absolutely played that out here in this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of hooking and jabbing, scooping and slamming, hanging and banging, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges have seen this fight the same way. Therefore, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, fighting out of the red corner, Sawyer Thompson.
So Sawyer Thompson back into the win column here at AKA 27. And now Victoria Leonardo Mason's going to get a chance to chat with him.
Well, you put on an impressive performance tonight. You really shown on your cage wrestling. Your pressure there was pretty solid. Is that something that was part of the game plan coming in here tonight?
I wanted to strike with him a little bit more, but praise be to God. I told my mom and my daddy I wouldn't get hit. I guess they made me a liar. Duran, he's hella durable. But no, I played a little too conservative, and we'll get to work on that.
There's nothing wrong with getting the win. What's next for you? When are you looking to climb back into the AKA cage?
Well, I gotta graduate school. Let's look at like late June or something.
All right, well, congratulations again. Anybody you want to give a shout out to here? Thank someone in particular?
Alan Gray, he's built some warriors over there at Global Fitness. Shout out my boy Ben. He fought a hell of a fight this first fight, and we'll keep working on that. Nothing but praise for all of us at Global Fitness and my family and friends back home.
All right, well, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Sawyer Thompson.
All right, ladies and